Hi, I'm Khalida. I'm 28 years old. I'm currently unemployed, fun-employed, but I'm doing freelance writing in the meantime. I have a little bit of a problem with commitment. So I think for me, like, everything has to kind of be perfect. The main thing would be that he needs to make me laugh. I think that's really important. It's someone who I can like have the same sense of humor with. It's an interesting concept. I think this is my first time going on like a blind date. I've been on like Tinder dates before, but that's not really blind. So yeah, so this is going to be really interesting, I think.
Hi, my name is Rajiv. By day, I work as a regional CRM manager. So basically, I do with email marketing, mobile marketing. So at night, I run a bar actually. Someone who understanding, I guess, based on the nature of my job. Been there, done that before, right? So for me, it's fine, yeah.
My name is Al-fateh. I'm an extroverted introvert. I host TV shows for a living. I don't really have a type. It's either you got it or you don't got it. I like girls who are independent, who are not too clingy. That's why I like older girls. I've never done it before, but I think in Malaysia we should have more things like that, like where you can actually just go out with a stranger, because you know, like these days, it's so hard to find someone unless you're on the app.
I'm Al Hisham and I'm here. I do not know why, but let's do this. I work as a host slash MC, and my hobby is doing YouTube. Honestly, after all the things that I've seen in my life, I think now I just want a nice, respectful, kind girl. Zero expectations because I don't know what I'm into. I've never done it before, but I'm open enough to try. Excited and nervous.
Okay, Khalida, you may remove your blindfold in 3, 2,
Okay.
1.
Oh, wow.
Surprise! Good morning.
Good morning. This is nice. This is more than what I bargained for.
My name is Al.
L?
Yep.
Okay, like L.
A-L.
Oh, A-L. Oh, right, okay.
My name is Aaron.
Zarin?
Aaron.
Aaron.
My name is Rajiv.
Rajiv?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you guys. I'm Khalida.
Hello.
Hello. Should I start?
Start.
Round table date. The rules. We have to make sure to answer all the questions accordingly and don't overtake on whoever is talking. And try not to skip any questions. Question 1. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
I don't know you.
Oh, wow!
What you tell?
For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
I would say my cat because I own her for like most of the
Wow,
year.
you really like your cat.
Yeah,
So you're just trying to fit her in like
So the reason why I'm saying this is right.
Yeah.
Like for the past 1 year, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So she was always there. And when she was a
that's
kitten,
so
right,
sweet.
we hang out a lot.
Okay, like here right now.
You're the only pussy, Annie. Question 11. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible.
Early last year, I dislocated my shoulder.
Okay.
Because it was a complete dislocation. And doctors told me that you may or may not have the ability to write again. Because I'm left-handed. And my nerve was messed up. Suddenly, one of the days that I went to rehab, doctor said that, wow, we didn't even expect this progress.
Question 24. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
Oh, she is kind of like my best friend because I'm more closer to my mom, so I don't really have like a father figure. So she's like my dad, she's like my mom. So well, I'm not sure what spell she used, but she kind of know how to shape me. She used this like reverse psychology on me. Yeah.
But me and my mom, I think we are pretty okay. As in like, my mom is a very simple woman. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But she always taught me that no matter what you do, just keep it simple. You don't have to overthink about anything.
I'm super close to my mom.
Yeah.
But now that I'm super busy, I literally, if you look at my phone, I have a schedule, 10 to 11 p.m, talk to mom.
Oh, really?
I have to have that time.
Yeah. For me, I think being the youngest, my sisters always say like, oh, I'm the favorite.
Yeah.
She
growing up, she would like fuss over me a lot, but that also means that I'd fight with her a lot.
Yeah.
So we'd always like, oh, like I want to go out, she wouldn't let me, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go out. Growing up, it's always been like a little bit of a battle, but I think now that I'm older, I realize that, oh man, like she does, like I don't know how she did what she did. Question 32. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
I think dick size, right? Dick size?
Oh, no way!
I mean, we're all Asian here. Let's not lie.
Oh, God!
But I think there's something that you can't really joke about when someone's serious about how they feel.
Right, okay,
For me,
okay.
like mental health, right?
No matter whether it's serious or not, we should just be there and listen.
Most when other people joke about someone's sadness,
Yeah.
some people are sensitive.
Yeah.
And most people nowadays, they think about sensitivity towards themselves, but they're not sensitive towards others. So you have to be considerate.
Yeah. For me, nothing is too serious to be joked about, but definitely depending on your audience. Oh my God. Question 33. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet? I think it would be not telling my dad like how much I appreciate him. Yeah, because I think we don't really have that kind of relationship, and like I understand why you do what you do. Question 34. Your house containing everything you own catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be and why?
I have a journal which I write a lot of my feelings and thoughts about people, and I want them to read that when I'm gone. But it's really super personal. That's when I express myself through writing a lot.
No, but it's interesting that yours is actually like letters to people. That's actually interesting. Mine are like my thoughts, but yeah, that's actually very nice. Okay.
Next question.
Last one, yeah. Question 36. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen.
My last girlfriend was an actual one. Broke off 5 years ago. And ever since I didn't have a real girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's the type that was, I'm sorry my ex if you watch this. She's the type that's like, sometimes you don't have to even tell anyone what you're doing together.
Right,
You don't
yeah.
have to post a picture that we're having coffee.
Oh,
Why
okay.
don't we just talk?
Yeah.
After a while, but again, like, she lost feelings for me because she thought that she wanted to go for someone else. She wanted to explore. She felt that, oh no, I found Elle too fast in my life.
Oh, no way, and she told
For
you.
real.
That's so
oh my
unfair.
God, I'm so sorry, my ex, but you were a good lesson. But she, thank you.
Thank you, ex.
But after a while, like, I tend to lose trust in dating.
I was like, what is this? But it's actually nice how you can like bounce off each other with the answers, try to pick their brains a little bit more. I think it's really very interesting to see how much you can get to know about a person in just a short amount of time, just through some questions. Definitely in the beginning, it was still a bit like, I think we still didn't know how far we should go, how sort of honest or how open we should be. But then given the nature of the questions, as it goes quite full on and quite in-depth, and I think once we got comfortable with each other, we kind of became more open and more honest about our answers. El, he's a really nice guy, he's really funny. Aaron, he's a very thoughtful person. He puts in a lot of time into what he thinks. Rajiv, he's someone like I think I would love to like go out and have a drink with because he seems really fun. Yeah, I'd pick El. A nice guy, and he's really friendly and he's attentive to what you are saying, and he's so honest with his emotions and his intentions, which is really nice. It's refreshing.
Because of those questions, we got to know each other better lah.
Yeah.
All of us.
I think some of them were a bit confusing, especially since there were like the three of us and we're like, huh? Like what's supposed to happen? But I think it's supposed to make you uncomfortable, right? This question, so it did.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of being, answering things you never answered before.
Yeah.
In a way you've never done before.
Yeah.
I thought that Aaron and her was vibing very well, and the chemistry.
After the third set of questions, I think we got to know like Elle a lot more, and then I was like, oh, actually, let's very interesting what you had to say.
I think I'm the kind of person that not everything you see is what you get. Like, there's more to me, there's like layers, and you need those questions to get the layers to me.